Now live on the line with Dean Kelly.
Hey Michelle, how are you?
Good.
Well, welcome back. I feel like it's been way too long.
It feels that way to you, but I've been plowing away ever since, so it doesn't feel like I've gone anywhere. I've been working.
Well, I have to say, you're definitely one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter.
Oh, thank you. Do it entirely too much, and you can tell that now I'm starting to get back to work again, because now my Twitter is, like, quiet.
No, oh my gosh, you tweet about grocery shopping more than anybody else I've ever seen before. It is amazing.
I love food. That's my say.
Well, I love it, because, like, I always know what to get at Whole Foods, because I feel like I'm reading your tweets, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to get that, or oh my gosh, that's what I needed to get. It's amazing.
I need to put, like, menu plans together for people, and like we can do like group shopping together.
I think that should be your next business venture.
Thank you.
So right now you are on tour. You guys just kicked off yesterday.
Yeah, tour just started yesterday in Muskegon, Michigan, and now we're in Milwaukee today, and kind of getting back on the horse.
What does it feel like to be, you know, on such a big tour? You know, like, do you feel like you have to slowly get in the swing of things again?
Yeah, you know, it's been a while since I've been out. The past few years when I've been doing shows, I've just been doing it acoustic. Mm-hmm. It's just so easy for me to, like, hop on a plane with a guitar and go play a show. So to get a band together was kind of daunting. So we're doing it a little different. We're touring without a drummer, which sounds bizarre.
Oh, wow.
But have you ever seen the Kills perform
live?
So we're doing something similar. Like, obviously not as cool as them, because they're the coolest. But we're doing something similar where it's my husband on bass and my guitar player and myself, and we're playing guitar to drum licks.
That's awesome.
Which is kind of a new thing. And but it sounds, to me, it sounds really good. But it's funny because the climate kind of has changed so much. Where a lot of pop acts, like, I thought that more people would kind of be fazed in the audience by the fact that we didn't have a drummer, but I don't think anyone really noticed.
Oh my god! Well, that's awesome.
We were on such a big festival stage yesterday, so and then some people thought I was lip syncing. So I was like, well, at least I sounded good enough that they thought I was lip syncing. But
well, that has to be a compliment. Well, that has to be a compliment.
Yeah. Well, they were like, I don't know, she was lip syncing the whole time. Like, well, I wasn't, but whatever. At least it sounded good.
So it's got to be awesome because you're touring with your husband, and then so it's like you don't really have to miss him because he's there.
No, it makes it really, really nice and cozy and comfortable. Because it's just this is our home away from home, and this is our road family, and it's important that that's like a healthy environment too, especially because my daughter is out on the road with us, so I don't want any drama. I just want, like, easygoing people who have a good time and get along. So
you definitely strike me as somebody who's really easygoing and very mellow.
I am. I try to be. I definitely try to be drama-free.
So let's talk about this new album, because I personally am super stoked about your new album.
But thank you. So, yeah, the new record, I'm so excited for people to hear it. It feels so good to kind of be making pop music again. It's been a while, and just to put on, like, an electric guitar and kind of and sing those old songs. Because when I was in the records, we made it a point not to sing my old material during shows because we really wanted it to have its own legs, its own thing. So even just, like, playing the old songs and watching people sing along, it's just like, oh wow, I forgot how many people loved these songs, and so it's been a trip to play them and the new record.
Well, it's really funny.
I think people like the new stuff. We'll see.
Oh my gosh, I love the new single, Loud Music. It's incredible. It's definitely old school Michelle Branch, but it's not dated.
Thank you so much.
And it's really funny because we were at we were at a restaurant, like, I think, like, a couple weeks ago, and everywhere it came on the radio, and I swear to God, that is, like, the one song when it always plays, every single girl within, like, the vicinity just, like, goes nuts. And it's so funny, because it still has the same effect that it had when it first came out.
Yeah, it's funny, and what trips me out is when I see younger girls, like, when I say young, I mean like 14 years old now, when I see them singing it. So I'm like, how old were you when this song came out? You were like 5 or something. It's crazy. But it's just, it's funny to see. I think it's especially funny for me because I wrote that song without expecting anything from it. You know, I wrote that song in my bedroom, not knowing I would have a record deal or play it for anyone. So to see that it has that much of an impact still, you know, 10 years later, it's crazy.
Do you think that, like, obviously the music industry has evolved since you first started? Do you like the whole, you know, how everything's, like, on Twitter now and on Facebook, and it's so much easier to keep in contact with, you know, your fans and to keep in touch with what you're doing?
I love it. I mean, as you can tell, because I use it entirely too much. But I always had from day one, I think because of the age I was when I started, that it was kind of always in the back of my mind. And I remember going into the label on my first record, and I was like, you guys, I need a message board on my website. And they were like, why?
That'll never catch on.
Me and the new media guy, Jeremy Wells, who I adore, I was like, I want to have an online fan community, and he was so excited. So I remember he and I would go into like meetings and be fighting for like online, for them to, you know, think of the online community and what to do there. And we always were blown off. And now it's just so funny to see what a big change has been made and what an important tool it is. And for me, it's like the easiest way to keep in contact with fans. So I know that some people like to leave an air of mystery, and they don't like kind of spelling it all out there. But I just think that's who I am, and it kind of goes hand in hand with if you want to know more about me, then follow me on Twitter, and I don't know. I just think it's the easiest way to kind of get to know someone and.
Oh, I definitely agree.
Get the feeling of who they're all about. So.
And you were tweeting the other day. You just filmed your new music video.
Yeah, I did.
So tell us a little bit about that. What is it like, you know, going back and doing the whole music video thing, and, you know, jumping on board again?
Well, music videos now are just a crack up because, and I mean that in a kind way. Because when I first started making videos 10 years ago, we actually had budgets.
Right.
Which now no one has. So it's kind of funny to go backwards when you start with like the biggest budget and you have, you know, the catering and styling and hair and makeup and every like huge crews. And this last video we did, there was no catering, and
oh, wow.
I had to pee on the side of the road. and you know, calling my friends favors, like, hey, will you do my makeup on the video shoot? But I definitely think we shot it very kind of like guerrilla style, and kind of the most difficult thing was we shot it in one of the big elements of it was that I was in an old van with my band touring around the country.
That's
and so
awesome.
we were in a 60s Dodge van that had no air conditioning.
Oh, how was that?
Filming out near Ojai on a 100-degree day.
Oh,
so
wow.
It was really hot and sweaty and disgusting.
Well, you have to be a trooper. I don't know many people that would do that today for their music video.
It was just like, every time we'd start to complain, Travis, the director, would just show us a clip of what he had just filmed. And we're like, fine, it looks cool. We'll get back to the van. I know. And then he kept coaxing us. He's like, at the end of the day, I'll buy a bunch of beer. We can all have beer. And I was like, okay. Yeah, we're just like, it's so much, you know. Yeah, it was funny.
Well,
it was a little awkward too, because we were trying to hire a love interest to be in the video, and it's always weird when I'm like showing my husband. I'm like, so which one do you think?
Which one looks like the one I would date?
Yeah, but we ended up hiring a friend of mine who was actually worked in the studio. He's an engineer. He was an assistant engineer on Loud Music, which is funny. And we were kind of sitting around at the shoot, and I'd seen a few people come in, and they're like, they're not right for the part. They're not right for the part. We need someone like super 70s looking. And my sister was like, what about Chad? And I was like, oh, what about Chad? So we called him up, and I was like, people are going to think, like, this is what happens in LA, that you get to record on the record, and then you get asked by the artist to be in the video. I was like, this is so bizarre. So it was kind of funny and awkward.
That's so funny. Well, we definitely look forward to seeing it. When do you think we'll be able to get like a sneak peek of it?
You know what? I have no idea. We just finished filming, Tuesday night, and I know he had another shoot in Paris.
Oh wow!
Which I was like, why? I was like, so you put me on the desert in the
yeah.
Could have written a treatment that took place in Paris, but I know that we'll start seeing edits in the next few weeks here, so we'll see.
That's so awesome. Well, we definitely look forward to seeing the video. All right, well, thank you so much. Good luck with everything. It's such a pleasure talking to you.
Nice to talk to you, too.
I look forward to following you on Twitter and finding about all the great things happening at Whole Foods.
Okay. I'll go on, and you'll have to give me a shout-out so I know which one's you, and I'll
will
make sure that I send good recipes your way.
I will.
Sweet.